Aloha and good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Red Gloves Chat. My name is Marianne Rouse, and if this is your first time tuning in, I am a speaker, coach, best-selling author. The newest book coming out is Release Your Inner Badass. If you want more information about that and also the teen program that we're working with, let me know. And basically what the Red Gloves Chat is, entrepreneurs getting together, talking story about life as an entrepreneur. And I'm excited to have an amazing guest with me, which is, as you see right here on the screen, is Miss Aesha Shapiro. She is the founder of the Ladies Artisan Market. She is an island girl, born right here on the island, born on one side and now living on the other. She has an amazing son, which you might see popping in and out. You never know. That's what happens when you work from home. And also one cat named Boa, which, you know what? When I was over at your house, I did not see your cat.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, kitty cat. I'm like a fur baby attraction magnet. So I do feel that eventually there's going to be a book coming out of you, that there's something inside that's percolating in there. However, what you have created, which is pretty phenomenal, is a business academy for women. And that is super, super powerful. You have had guests and speakers and educators from around the world participate. So it is an amazing program that you offer. Besides that, you are an event planner, designer, the founder of the Ladies Artisan Market, which we call LAM, and it is a networking group with over 1,500 women. And when everything went topsy-turvy for everybody, you went ahead and pivoted and you took everything online with the academy and everything. So all the networking events, you just took that shift. Sometimes possibly had to take some breathers. And then, all right, let's move forward. But you know what? You did it. And also with your whole business, Women Academy, you offer Empress memberships with promotional opportunities, a wide variety of things that really support women in business. And you've got some more things that are launching. So it's like, what is next? What is next? What are you up to? So we'll get to talk about that. You've been in business for 5 years. It feels like it's been more than that because so much has happened. You've been co-founder of the Best of Kona Fest. And I hope there's some more coming up with that, since some things were kind of, on pause for everybody. And yeah, solo mom. You're doing it, solo mom, entrepreneur, solo mom. On top of that, to where your son has special needs. So that is, you must have like some Energizer batteries that you plug into your back or something to just keep going. And I don't know how to pronounce the syndrome that he has, but I'm thinking, let's see, Prader-Willi Syndrome. Is that how it's pronounced?
That's correct. That's perfect.
Fantastic. And then maybe you can share a little bit more about that in a moment, just in case there's some other moms out there that are going through similar, situations that you're going through. And you've graduated from college, you've got a holistic health practitioner degree, you do burlesque, hoop dancing, and that's why you have red gloves just like I do. I don't use mine for burlesque dancing. Maybe I should. And you're about to host also the second annual Women's Empowerment Conference. So you've got like, when do you sleep? When do you breathe? When do you eat? With
Good
that,
question.
Aesha, our mama, goodness gracious, how do you find time to do it all?
I live and die by it's my land life planner that I actually created because I need to stay so organized. I basically do a huge brain dump every week. And then I do a huge to-do list. And then I map out from that to-do list what goes on which day. and then I copy it all over to the next day and just keep going. And then I try to spend Sundays meal planning and prepping so that my son has food for the week and we have food ready to go. And so I can make lunches and breakfasts really easy. And I just make sure I take there's some non-negotiables. I always, I work out almost every day because that is what keeps me sane. And I play with my burlesque sisters, which gives me an outlet that's just mine. And I love what I do so much that it doesn't feel like a hardship. I love what I do. So I'm blessed in that way.
Yeah. So have you ever worked a regular like 9 to 5 W-2 job before, or have you always been entrepreneur?
Yeah, no, I had mostly done that. I'd always secretly wanted to be an event planner, but I was, going to school for holistic health. But no, I used to, in college, I put myself through college doing waiting tables and bartending. And then I became a massage therapist, and I was a mobile massage therapist. Wow. This is all in San Diego. Yeah. But really I was always in the restaurant hospitality industry for a long time. And then I was the admissions director of my college for a little bit there for a couple of years. So I've had many jobs, many incarnations, right? Many lives. But being an entrepreneur was a must for me because of my son's condition. I had to have a job that gives me freedom. There was no other way I was going to be able to clock in somewhere. So
wow.
Yeah.
So how do his needs, what kind of needs does he have to where having that flexibility is crucial for you?
Yeah. So it was harder when he was younger, of course, right? When he was a baby, I had to feed him with a tube and a syringe. I was pumping, 7 times a day. I was very intent upon giving him my milk. It was just very important to me. It was the one thing I could control out of this crazy, uncontrollable situation that happened, right? That I had a baby with a rare disorder that I'd never even heard of before. So I was just trying to do what I knew I could do, right? So that was one of the main reasons why I couldn't go back. I was working at the Four Seasons at the time at Ulu restaurant. I couldn't go back because of the pumping.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, and then it just became, his father had left, and I became a completely solo mom. So there was no one I could trust with his care, like nobody, because what happens with these kids is at first they have a very hard time taking in food, but then it switches and now all they think about is food. They never feel full. They never feel satiated. They don't make the hormone that tells you you're full. So I'll give him a full meal and he doesn't feel it. He's the real hero here because I can't imagine living like that. I see what he goes through, and it's so heartbreaking, but he's really strong and amazing, and he does pretty damn good, all things considered. But yeah, so, what happens with families and stuff, and food is such an ingrained part of our lives, and celebration, it's how we survive, right? So it's very hard for people to fathom, like, oh, just one little bite won't hurt, or don't tell your mom, have some candy. These kinds of things are very dangerous to do. In Prader-Willi, they call this like every bite counts, right? Because you don't know what this child may have already eaten. They get to a certain point, they could rupture their stomachs if they overeat. They won't ever feel it. Now you got a kid rushed to the hospital. Now he could possibly go into sepsis and die. So it's a very serious situation that people don't understand, and they mean well. Even family members have been like, well, maybe you should just relax a little. And it's like, nope, I'm the mom. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And I'm protecting my kid, whether you all think I'm wrong or not. I'm following what the organization says to do and what all the doctors say to do. So I just had to make sure that I was the primary caregiver at all times, until he started school. And then luckily there's, you create these individual education plans. They're called IEPs for those special needs families out there. They know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they're very strict. Yeah. So that's how, it all came to be, that I just was like, okay, what can I do to make sure I can take care of him and that he won't die, like literally,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. I've heard of some children a long time ago. I heard of one other child to where the parents did not know what to do because their child could never have that feeling of being full and always just wanting more, just because there's something happening in the brain. So I wonder if that's the same syndrome.
Yeah, it sounds like it. There's another syndrome called Angelman's, which is the same chromosomal deletion, but it's from the mother's genetics. And there is some of those Prader-Willi symptoms in there with hunger as well, but they're just very different syndromes, basically. But yeah, and not only is the hunger an issue, there's delays, and I mean, it's a spectrum. So every kid is different. Like, so Arrow's not like any other kid anyway. It's really very individualized. I feel like we're really blessed that he's so smart and he's so funny and he's so sweet and he's got a lot going for him other than this horrible hunger, so some of these kids can't walk, some of them can't talk ever. He's doing all of that. He's running around. Like, I feel very grateful for what we have, what we're working with,
Yeah.
If we had to have this, I think we're on the good end of it. And I just try to practice gratitude for what we got,
And breathe.
And breathe. Yeah, lots of breathing.
So wow, when all that was happening, and to where you realized that working a standard job was not going to be the right fit for you, how did you hone into what you wanted to do as a business?
So I didn't really know. It was a very tumultuous situation with his father, who abruptly left, and there was unfortunate like substances involved, and so I was left basically with not a dollar. I was the sole caregiver, he was the sole provider. So it was a very desperate place, and that's sometimes where all that magic happens, when you rise like the phoenix. I had been refinishing furniture at the time as a hobby. And so I just thought to myself, like this inner whisper came, and it was like, why don't you just have a pop-up shop? You've been working on all this furniture. You have this backyard, like just do it. And I told a friend about it, and then she was like, oh, I'll come and vend. And then we were like, let's get some more ladies involved, and then all of a sudden, Ladies Artisan Market was born in my backyard, out of this like crazy, desperate time in my life. And I got this feeling and this taste of like, oh my God, when women support each other, when we come together like this is like magic. This is what I want to do. I want to do this more. And I had no idea it would grow one day into an academy. Like, you could have never told me that 5 years ago. I would not know this is going to happen,
Wow, what a story. See, I never knew the reason behind the name Ladies Artisan Market, and I never asked. I could have asked, but it's like I would see the name and lamb and Ladies Artisan Market. It's like weird. Why? But now it totally makes sense. Yeah, to where it was literally a market type place.
Yeah, it was. And it was for like 2 years straight. We were just doing markets, and but then we outgrew everything. They were getting so big. I couldn't find space. As you know, here in Kona, it's not easy to find solid event space. It's like one of our biggest issues. So it was another one of those like frustrating moments. And I was like, what can I do? And another like whisper kind of came to me. It was like, start a networking group for women and have a mixer. And so boom, I did it. I'm thinking, oh, we'll get like a few hundred women, maybe. Now we're up to 1,500. And we started our first mixer. We're about to celebrate our 4-year anniversary of the networking group at our conference here. So we're almost at 4 years ago. One of our biggest mixers, we had over 200 ladies show up to the mixer. So it's, we've just kept growing.
Yeah. So what was it? The one in 2019?
It was at the Marriott.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our first 1-year anniversary event. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just before the shutdown.
No, that was the conference. That was our first conference that we did last March. Yeah. And that was right before the shutdown. Yes, you were there.
Yeah. And that was a huge turnout.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember feeling like at the pinnacle of like my career. Like, I remember feeling like, oh my God, like, I think I'm finally where I want to be. Like, I know what I want to do, and then like literally a week later, I had 11 events canceled in one day. And I was like, oh my God, I felt like, and then my income for the foreseeable future was like gone.
Yeah.
And I was just back kind of in that place of when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life and be a mom and how I was going to support my kid. And that's when that same kind of whisper came back, it's like, take this business online. You've been wanting to do it for a long time anyways. Like, now is the time. This is it, Fortunately, I was able to get some of that pandemic assistance because I had been working, so I was able to get some help, and I just used it straight away to create the whole Businesswoman Academy, the membership, and soon to be launched the all-female business directory. So yeah, I just got into action because if I sit idle, the demons come, the depression, I just can't. I'm a mover, I'm a doer. I can't just sit around waiting for something to happen. There's no way.
Yeah, no, you don't have the personality that I see of somebody that will even just sit and watch everybody else do. Because even at the conference, when it was time for you to sit down and relax a little bit, it's still you're still on the go.
Yep, that is me.
Yeah, and wow, all the organizing that event took to where I know that you have a team that works with you, thankfully, but you had so many different vendors and activities and workshops. It just blows my mind, all the organization that it takes to where, would I want to organize something like that? No, I'll let you do it.
I would love to organize something for you. And yes, It does take so much planning. I don't think people even realize how much minutia there is in putting on events like that. Like the tiniest of details can break your event. You have to go through every single thing in your mind. But I like thrive in that space. I'm very detail oriented, a touch OCD, definitely ADD. I'm all over the place, but I have this huge passion, and I just have to, there's so much of it in me. I have to channel it somewhere, and so it feels great to be in that space. Like right now we're gearing up for the conference again, even though it's going to be on Zoom. There's still so many details, and I feel like this reignited fire in me because I get to plan an event, and it's been so long, so this feels like I'm right in my perfect happy place right now. Switching to an online business was really challenging. I'd never been in online business before. I've learned so much. I mean, I look back at the event we had to enroll everyone in the academy, and I'm like, oh, I want to just like hug that version of me. That was so clueless. I've learned so much in the year, and actually just being in my own academy, I've learned from all these amazing teachers that we have. So I'm feeling really excited and right where I'm supposed to be right now. And I feel like everything's really aligning to create this conference that oh my God, it's going to blow everyone's minds. Hopefully it doesn't feel like we're on Zoom all day, but I've got like breakout rooms and amazing speakers and contests and giveaways and entertainment. We're going to learn some really the whole theme is called Let's Get Visible. So it's about being visible in your business and getting yourself out there, so that we're going to be training on that all day. And it's going to be just so good.
So you're going to be singing, let's get visible.
Yes,
visible.
Actually, how did you know that? You? Yes, actually, Sheena Romero was at my house last night. We were talking about her pre-recording that song for our promo, and she's going to be performing that at the conference. You read my mind. It must be the gloves.
Yep, yeah. So is it on November 20th?
So we are actually right now in the process of taking a poll. It's going to be either the 19th or the 20th. It just depends on how many ladies respond. We've sent out an email, and we put it in our big networking group. And so we want to make sure as many women can attend as possible. I know you'd probably rather have it on the Friday because you're doing your vision board workshop Saturday, right?
Yeah. However, I did realize when I answered the questionnaire that it was relating to that specific event. Mm-hmm. So I checked off Saturday, because usually Saturdays are better for me.
Right. Okay.
For women who would like to participate, how do they sign up?
So we are about 1 week out from launching everything. You'll get email blasted. You're going to see it all over social media. We're going to have a very easy landing page on our website. It's beautiful. We're almost done with it. You can just click right there. There's an early bird price of $38. I mean, it's just really affordable.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah, last year it was 150. So we really brought the price down. I know the economy right now is so tricky. I just want women to be able to attend. I really, it's so much more to me than the money. I just want women there to like get uplifted. I know these are really tough times for all of us. There's been a lot of isolation behind your computer, behind Zoom. It's super fun to connect with people on Zoom, but then where's that? It's still,
Like
so
hug.
yeah, like hugs through the screen. So I just want to create a day where it feels like this community that's like loving and supporting you. And then, as soon as we can go in person again, we're doing that. I cannot wait for that moment. I am
And
ready.
so what's the website? What's the website that for
ladiesartisanmarket.com.
Okay. Ladiesartisanmarket.com. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
we're actually getting ready to seek some sponsorships as well for the conference, because we have a great package that we're promoting. We have, a combined reach across all of our affiliate pages of about 12,000 followers. So, it's a great opportunity for a small business to promote that way by being a sponsor. We have a sponsorship level for every budget. Like you can even just spend $35 to have a business card in our program, or you can be a presenting sponsor at $1,500. So there's something for everybody. We're even looking for swag bag trade, stuff to fill little bags. We're looking for services trade. So there's something for anybody to get involved. And we love that. Just the more we can get women involved and community members involved, the better.
I could probably donate a book.
Okay.
If you're looking for prizes.
Yeah. Let's chat.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. So through all that, you're meeting some phenomenal women, and I'm guessing that you have had some mentors in your life or people that have been inspirations for you. Is there one that comes to mind? Because I know there's probably multiple. So is there one that comes to mind, and how did they inspire?
Yeah, Tokara is one of them, Tokara Kreisman. She's definitely, we used to work down at the Four Seasons together, waitressing together, and now she is just blown up, and she's just such a brilliant woman. So she's top of list. Lynn Howard was my coach throughout me planning the academy. They're both teachers in the academy as well. So both of those women have just really pushed me to, show up as a leader, and like that I can, and I'm worthy of that, and that what I have to offer matters. Yeah, put my red gloves on, So yeah, both of them have been instrumental in that. Even Laura Reed, her helping me work on public speaking has just been phenomenal. And not only that, this is why I have this academy, right? Because I believe in mentorship and coaching so much. I feel like any successful person has had some sort of mentorship or some sort of training. I myself enrolled in a 12-month program that I'm spending $20,000 on. And I'm in that program every week. And I'm amongst all these other women who are spending that kind of money on their success as well. And I've met this entire huge global network of women that way. And so I'm bringing all of that into my academy now. And so I just can't speak enough about like investing in yourself and your education and your business. And, as Tokara says, who is going to invest in you if you don't invest in you, right? So so I'm loving the program I'm in. It feels like so good to learn. It's all about online sales. It's what I needed to learn. It's all about online business. It's what I didn't have. So I'm loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So when you meet somebody that's brand new, a young woman that is looking to start a business, what kind of advice or golden nugget would you share with that young woman?
Oh, gosh, there's so many. I would say, you're like the BNI, right? Your net worth is your network. Like get out there and network. Absolutely, get a mentor, get some training. and get visible. Don't be afraid. I was so afraid to get on video until I was like really trained to do it, until I like got over myself, but you have to be visible in business to do that. Branding matters. Your look matters, it matters. Like, and get like, make sure that you respond back to people. Don't not answer an email or a phone call. Like, you gotta show up, so that's what I would say. Just be responsive and be vulnerable and accountable, and get some training in the academy.
Yeah. Fantastic. And so I know I have so many questions that are just going through my mind, and I know from a time standpoint, we could be here all day long because it's easy to just talk story. Are there any challenges that came about for you that maybe you did not anticipate? Because definitely when we get started in something, we know that there's going to be certain hurdles, and we can like preempt and be ready for those. Did something come about that just kind of like, pew, kind of like take you at the knees?
Yeah, I had hired someone to help, and that just really kind of went sour, and spent a lot of money and learned big lessons. And so I had to really dig deep and figure out another way. I had to get brave, and I hired, for the first time out of the country, I hired, someone off of Fiverr, which I was like, I don't know about this. I just didn't know. I had no experience with it. It was the best thing I've ever done. Best thing I've ever done. I found the most perfect person to help me, starting an online business. Oh my God, everything that could go wrong went wrong, like, to be honest, 5 minutes before our enrollment event that we had last November, we didn't know how to take payment. We didn't know how on the website. It wasn't going through. Things were, I'm just over here going, oh my God, we're about to go live in 5 minutes. We don't know how to take payment. And this is an event about getting people into the academy and sharing what we're doing. We figured it out, but like, I'm talking with 5 minutes is fair. It was, and I had maybe 1 hour of sleep that night because I was just so, and so, yeah, all the time things go wrong all the time, and it's only choice we have is like how we react to it. Things will always feel out of control. I've really learned to just be like, okay, what is the solution? What is the solution? Instead of like, well, you did this, or why is this, like, that doesn't matter. Like, how are we going to solve it and quick, So I've just become very solution oriented. And I think that is like my secret trick, is just not get in the drama of it all. Let's just fix it now.
Yeah. I can totally hear, Lynn Howard, don't show me a problem, show me a solution. Yeah.
So true. It's so true. Because, you can sit here and make all the excuses you want and all the blame. It gets you nowhere. And it keeps you in this stuck energy. And that's not where I ever want to be,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So with everything that's constantly going nonstop, for your personal care, you exercise on a daily basis.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you like to do for like just fun, relax, just for you?
I love to read fiction. I love sci-fi fantasy fiction. Yeah, I need the grand escape, because I have so much going on in here. So yeah, I love to read. It's hard not to feel guilty for reading sometimes, because I feel like I should be reading some sort of self-help book or listening to a podcast or whatever. But I do love that. And I love to travel. Traveling is like, that's the time I feel the most alive in life, is when I'm seeing another cultures out of the country or doing something like that. Growing up here on an island, it was the same thing every day, right? I just wanted to see the big world out there. I'm so glad I got to travel before I became a mom. I haven't left the country since I became a mom. So I'm glad I got to see all these amazing places in Europe and South America, South Africa, Thailand. I've done a lot of traveling. I definitely want to do more, but that's really what lights me up. Yeah. And then I love, spending time with my son and going to the beach, swimming with him and stuff. I love to snorkel.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
So of all the places you've traveled, which one is one that would be the first one that you want to go back to?
Oh God, I love Chile so much. Yeah, the art there, the people, it was so incredible. Yeah, I love Chile. yeah, I studied Spanish in college, so I was able to go down there and like speak like very badly, very bad Spanish. But, it was really fun. I went to Machu Picchu in Peru, and yeah, so I have some top of list places I want to be going to when the world feels safe again to travel. But yeah,
when things reopen. Well, I do hear that Greece is a wonderful place to travel to at the moment. We have some
I have
family
been
that
there,
just
but
went
I would
there.
go back in a heartbeat. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would go back.
yeah, fantastic.
I had
Wow.
plates broken over my head. Drink the ouzo, you know.
Okay. I know the ouzo part, but I didn't know about plates being broken on the
Yeah,
head.
it didn't hurt, luckily, because the ouzo probably, you know. So
Good to know. Good to know. All right.
yeah.
Wow. Well, if I can ask you one more question, it's just to wrap up a little bit here. How has an entrepreneur made a positive impact in your life besides having that time flexibility so that you can be home with Arrow and take care of them? How else has it been a positive impact?
I love having like making my own schedule and like being the boss of my own life. I mean, there's just someone like me, I really like feeling trapped is like my worst nightmare. I get claustrophobic in an elevator. Like I need to just have freedom, you know? So having this kind of freedom and not trading my time for dollars is like the best feeling in the world. It really is. So I would say that's one of the biggest things. And being able to travel and work from wherever I go is also just this amazing thing we get to do. So yeah, that's being an entrepreneur equals freedom to me, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I'm always working, so I don't know how free I really am, but like it's the work that I love. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
You're
feeling
living
you're
a
an
life
entrepreneur.
that you don't need to take a vacation from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Well,
Yeah.
I'm so excited that you said yes to being on a Red Gloves chat. For people to get a hold of you, they can go to ladiesartisanmarket.com.
Mhm.
And for the Instagram, is it Ladies Artisan Market or is it Lamb? How is it
It's
for
Ladies
Instagram?
Artisan Market. Yep. And then we have a new Instagram, Whole Businesswoman Academy. We are going to be launching the Ladies Business Directory soon too. We're going to be probably changing our name of our networking group finally because of the kind of what you were saying, how, you know, you're like, well, I'm Artisan Market. Like it's just, we've outgrown that name and we've evolved so much. So we're probably going to be changing it to the Whole Businesswoman Networking Groups to match our academy. So yeah, you can find me there. And I offer, you know, free discovery coaching sessions just to get to know you and your business and like see if I can help anybody. So yeah, you can book that right on our website, ladiesartisanmarket.com. Yeah.
Fabulous. Fabulous. You heard it right here, folks. Go ahead and connect with Aesha. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you everyone that is watching for joining in, listening in. Feel free to type in the comments any golden nuggets that you've received from today's chat, and also who comes to mind that should hear the message that was shared today. Be a blessing in their life because there is a gift, and a gift is meant to be shared. So go ahead and share it with the person that is on your heart that should receive it. Everyone, thank you so much for joining in.
Thank
Till next
you.
time. Aloha.